The Arashikage clan is more than a mere organization of ninjutsu practitioners or clandestine agents and assassins. They are my family. The honor of leading the clan into the next age is my birthright. That opportunity was stolen from me. I was dishonored, exiled, and excommunicated for a crime I did not commit, while my sword brother, who I fought beside in the horrors of war, was allowed to remain. The murder of the Hard Master was not my doing, yet the killer used my arrows. Thus I have been implicated. My circumstances have forced me to retreat from Japan and become a hired mercenary and assassin. Only by immersing myself completely in the underworld and gaining access to its many secrets will I be able to unravel the mystery of the Hard Master's murder and my subsequent framing for the offense.
You have a mission, Ninja. The details and particulars are in this case. The contents are to be destroyed once you have read and committed the information to memory. As per standard protocol, you will receive half of your fee now and half upon completion of the mission. You have 36 hours. When the job is done, relay confirmation codes and any pertinent information via the secure communications network.
Once again, I must become the ghost of the underworld, the unseen assassin that strikes fear in the eyes of anyone who looks upon the storm shadow.
Greetings, YouTube. So, today, finally, we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow in his classic outfit. All right, so as usual, we will take a quick look at the box. As you can see, Amazon did not do me any favors with the packaging for this one. Luckily, I am not a mint on card inbox collector. Otherwise, I'd be pissed. They tore my stuff up. Look at the artwork on the sides. artwork there. We got new back of the box art. Looks pretty good. All right, let's have a look at the figure. Okay, so let's take a look at the figure here. So I was having trouble with my focus on the camera. Like every time I put the figure up to the lens, it just wasn't focusing well. So I had to re-record this. So hopefully it's a little bit better this time. But here we have Thomas Arashikage, and he is looking marvelous. Hasbro's doing an excellent job with sculpts and designs of figures. Distribution and stuff is still wonky. Release dates are weird. I don't know why stuff has to be, 2 years out when you already got pictures of it and it's already showing up overseas. But whatever, it is what it is, I guess. This is the version of Storm Shadow that everyone wanted at first. We got the Arctic Missions version or the DIC cartoon version, and most of us hopped on that. But this is the one we really wanted, and it's, finally it's here, and at least they delivered a very good figure. Now, there are some things that I think they could have done better, and I'll talk about them real quick. I guess I'm nitpicking kind of, but there's a couple of things that I wish they'd have done differently. Okay, so first thing, and this one is really across the board with G.I. Joe Classified. These gauntlets that he has, these gloves and stuff, they're not bad. They look pretty good. But this is all we get. We don't get any extra hands. No fists. No, just like a sword holding hand for this hand. This looks good for the bow, but this isn't how you would hold a sword, really. No, like, action martial arts hands. No, like, clawed up hand or no chop hand, none of that. Like, this is all you get, just these two hands, and it's not enough. Honestly, it's not enough. Prices have gone up. We do get a decent amount of accessories, but we need at least another pair of hands. At least. That is the one thing that Valaverse is killing G.I. Classified or G.I. Joe Classified with. Also, as far as his belt goes, I don't really love how they did the belt. It's a floating piece, which is fine, but it has what is supposed to be the bottom of his gi or his top tunic area. And it's all one piece, and obviously it's all in black plastic, and then you got not so great paint apps on it. It needed another coat or two, and they missed a few spots. So, not a big fan of that either. I may actually, I hate to do this with a figure that just came out and I don't have an extra of, but I might cut this off and just have the belt. Haven't decided yet. Other than that, though, he's pretty good. He's very good. All right, let's have a look at his accessories. Okay, for accessories, you get this hood, and it's a good idea. And it's probably, I haven't really put it on him yet. It probably looks okay on him, but it's kind of a hard shell of rubber. So it's going to be fidgety and bounce around a little bit. Probably not going to really use this. You get this little tassel thing that is basically his belt. It has a ball joint area where you can connect it onto the figure's belt. There's this little ball here, and then you got the opening there, and that's how that works. So that's good. I like that, because then you can flip it and make it like it's blowing in the wind, or you can have it just hanging down. If it's neutral, that was a good idea. You get his backpack or quiver with the cool Arashikage sign on it. You got some arrows that do not come out. You have sheaths for both of his swords. Then you have the peg here that pegs into his back. To go along with this, You do get one single arrow, which looks nice, and there's actually a spot for it, and it fits in nicely and blends in pretty good as well. Funny story, about 10 minutes ago, I thought I had lost the arrow because I couldn't find it, and it was so well blended into this thing here. It actually was in the quiver where it was supposed to be. Yeah, so watch out for that. You get his bow, which is a nice compound bow. In this little area here, it allows you to connect it to the backpack or the quiver. So that's cool for storage. And then you get his two swords. They both have a snake motif going on the handle, and they obviously fit into the sheath, and they fit very good. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. There you go. So he can store all of his weapons on his person due to the quiver having the extra attachments. All right, so articulation time. Storm Shadow can look up pretty well. He can look down pretty well. You do get a decent, actually a pretty good amount of tilt on that head. There is a ball joint in there. Arms can go up decently high. You get a bicep swivel, a double joint at the elbow, a butterfly, ab crunch, and you get a ball at the waist that can twist. Mine's a little bit tight, but it can twist. Your legs are of the typical setup for G.I. Joe Classified. They do have drop down, so you can go out pretty far. I don't want to push it just yet, but yeah, you do get the drop down. You can kick up pretty high, and if you drop it down, you can go even farther. You got a thigh cut, double joint at the knee, boot twist, and a typical setup for your ankles. And wrists, let's see, vertical hinge on this one, and vertical hinge on that one as well. So he's pretty standard. Exactly what he needs to be. Okay, so before we compare Mr. Storm Shadow to the rest of the figures and all the different lines and things, I wanted to talk real quick about the Storm Shadows in general. So we've gotten 3 of them. The Arctic Missions, good guy DIC character one, the movie one, which had the weird coloring, and I apologize, this particular Storm Shadow is not in his normal getup. He's in a samurai outfit that I bought off eBay because I'm doing something with that figure so that it's not wasted. But that is the body of him, and obviously that's his head. And then what a lot of us did is we made a Storm Shadow from the Articulated Icons line, and that's what this one is. So as far as swapping goes, this head is actually quite a bit bigger than this head, and they are different sculpts as well, which I was wondering about. As you can see there, it is, a completely different sculpt. Eyes, eyebrows, the mask, everything is different. So they did not cheap out on us there, which is good. I have not, let's see here. Are these the same sculpts? Well, the head is not the same sculpt. The eyebrows and the eyes look very similar, but the mask is not the same. So those aren't the same either. So we did get an entirely new head sculpt here. The unmasked head that came with the movie one, which if you watch the stop motion I put in here, you'll see it. I did put it on here, but I used some of the sticky stuff. So, you know, I put that, you know, the sticky tap into the head to get it to fit on there because, again, this movie head is a decent amount bigger than the new Storm Shadow head. But it does look good on him, so this will be nice. The only problem is that this movie head skin tone is a little bit paler than his arms and such. So with some lighting, you can disguise it, but it doesn't match. Okay, so here we have Storm Shadow with some Cobra figures. We got the Snake Supreme, Cobra Commander, the new classified Cobra Officer, which was a surprise as far as he's a whole lot different than I thought he'd be. Baroness and Andestro. Then we got Storm Shadow here with Major Blood, the Red Ninja, the Bat, and the Alley Viper. And we got Mr. Storm Shadow with his main rivals. You got the Commando Snake Eyes and my custom Spirit, who do not have the official Spirit yet. It's supposed to be shipping here in the next couple of weeks, but it got delayed, so who knows when it will show up. I do like my custom though. All right, and then we'll finish off the military theme with some Action Force. We got the Scarab and the Tim Kennedy, what is he called? Duster, maybe? Something like that. Okay, then we'll branch out a little bit further here with a couple other lines. Here we have the Neca Phantom figure and Star Wars Black Series Mace Windu, the Clone Wars version. All right, and then to round things off here, we have the Ursa Major Bath from Marvel Legends and Mezco Supreme Knight Batman. Okay, so a quick word on accessories. This backpack here, this quiver from the Amazon exclusive Storm Shadow, the Arctic Missions one, it does peg into this Storm Shadow, so you could use these gold arrows if you wanted. I thought that's actually a really nice look. This sword and scabbard or sheath ports into that, so you could take that off and you could port something else onto there, or you could use this sword if you wanted to. Speaking of swords, so this is the one from the Amazon exclusive Storm Shadow. Obviously, he's going to be able to hold all of these, but you see that Arashikage symbol on the hilt, or on the blade there. That's a nice touch. Then you have the swords from the movie version of Storm Shadow, and these could also be used by him. You actually, where did that go? Oh yeah, you can actually put these in here. They don't look as neat because they're longer. Like the first one looks okay, but then when you put the other one in there, it kind of hangs out a little bit too much, but you can put those in there if you wanted to use those. Then you also have, you know, your articulated icons, ninja swords or katanas that you could use. And then there's also these swords. These, actually, one of them this is articulated icons. This one is from the movie Snake Eyes. So as you can see, this sword is, you know, it's got a lot of detail on it. That blade with the carving in it, that looks awesome. So that's a possibility, an option. And honestly, when you compare these new swords to the movie ones, the new swords are kind of flimsy. They're a lot more rubbery. The movie sword is a little bit sturdier. So, just something to think about. Chances are, if you're a G.I. Joe collector, you have those figures. So, it presents some options for you. All right, so that is it. Storm Shadow, finally in the G.I. Joe Classified line in his original outfit. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.